release that he can't get to.
Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back playing some more NHL 17 EASHL League Gaming. We're going to flash back to last week real quick and show you guys how we finished the week as a team at 6-2-1. If you guys remember, we personally here finished 3-0 on the week, so we got an undefeated streak going into week number 2 that we have to keep alive. But how good of a week really was it? Let's check out our LG report card. Calm down, bud. It wasn't that bad. Yes, that is right. They give report cards every week in our ranking system, and we managed to get an A+, finishing 50th among LGCHL players, ranked right behind fellow teammate Legend Riders, who finished 49th this week rankings wise. Obviously a lot better being right V, being ranked that high than right wing. So great week put out by him. We do have a little bit of waiting to do. We do not play until the 4th game this week, so we're gonna go ahead and review how the team did these first 3 games. Game number 1 was up against the Cataracts, and unfortunately we picked up the L in this one, although it was a very evenly matched game. Game number 2 of the night with the exact same line out there once again, giving the boys a chance to redeem themselves after that first loss, and redeem themselves they did indeed, as they picked up that 4-3 victory in game number 2. Game number 3 came along here with a 4-1 victory and our team's first 4-goal performance by a single player on the team in White Ninja. Then came our matchup against the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. Not a bad team, not an amazing team, but a very solid team, not one you want to sleep on. 7-5 record on the year, obviously. Pretty solid start to the season for the Screaming Eagles, so we're going to take these guys seriously and hopefully we can pull out that W. And you guessed it, that's right, that's another center up there for us. 3rd different center we've played with in 4 games. We haven't played with the same forward line yet, I don't think, in 4 games. Definitely putting us to the test. We're going to see how this goes, though. I mean, hey, it's been working so far, I guess, right? Switching it up every time. 3-0. Got that streak to hold on to here, so we're definitely going to want to win this one as well. Nobody wants to pick up that first loss, am I right? But don't worry about it, guys. I got it. I'll come in here and score a goal for us. Oh, seamless puck grab. Got it back. Couldn't put it on the back of the net, though. Still got that shot on goal early. Not going to lie, though. I was feeling pretty good in this game. Not to toot my own horn or blow my own load or anything like that, but I was feeling extra sharp this game. I was feeling one of those 4-goal performances. Really, though, not even 4 goals. I mean, 4 assists would be great, too, if we can get something in the back of this net. Well, maybe I should have clarified. I wanted it in the back of the other team's net, but this is a really impressive goal. Let's break this down real quick. First of all, he brings the puck in his zone. Second of all, not only does he bring the puck in his zone and score, but he goes through yellow. First of all, goes through yellow. Seamless puck grab, gets the puck back after he goes through yellow, takes a shot. Not only does it go through 2 defenders, it also goes right through the goalie in perfect position for a goal. So it was impressive to somehow get that puck to go through 3 people, plus literally through a person to get it back on your tape and getting back the net. So you know what? We're down 1-0 early. We're going to have to fight back. Speaking of seamless puck grab, shortly after, these Eagles are going to come to screaming in and taking this backhander. Our goalie's going to play it, right? I guess he thought, I don't know if he thought we was the black team, maybe? I'll give him a break, though. We're going to give him a break. We're playing pretty well this game. We're down 2-0. The scoreboard doesn't show up, but we are putting up a pretty good game so far against these guys. I'm telling you, we're going to be all right. Red's going to bring this in here. Get the puck back off of that poke check. And you look right here. We got 4 guys covering the cross crease. Nobody's covering the defender. Hitting him up with that one-timer. Got ourselves an apple. Got ourselves the first goal of the game here. And we're back down to a 1-goal game, heading into the end of the first period. This, my friends, looks like a problem waiting to happen, but it's not. Yellow makes a pretty good pass here to get rid of that, getting that puck back in the zone to me. I'm going to try to hit Green up here, try to get him a pretty good angle on that shot there. He just can't quite put it in the back of the net. Real deal Teal here is just going to take matters in his own hands, come up here on this forecheck, get the puck, walk it up here, give it a nice looking pass to Red for that tap in to tie this ball game up here in a second. End of the second period here, and as mentioned, not concerned about these guys, quite honestly. We've been tripling their time on attack, nearly doubling their shots. No penalty minutes by either team so far, but I feel like we have a very good chance to come in here in the 3rd period and take away this game. Just getting underway here with the 3rd period when the Screaming Eagles got the puck, and they're going to get yet another questionable goal. I really do feel for our goalie at this point in time. This is why I don't play goalie in NHL 17, because what more can he possibly do there? He's in perfect position. Just gets that lucky bounce like that for it to go in. Unfortunately, down a goal here. Goalie probably feels like he should have a shutout at this point. We'll get it back for him, though. See, what'd I tell you? It's like I already played the game and knew it was going to happen. A nice little goal for Yellow up there, making it a 3-3 game. 5 minutes into the third, we got plenty of time to score another one. This is about the time where I'd be throwing my controller with my Xbox out the window if I was goalie, because once again, really good position. People understand if you haven't played goalie before, it's nearly impossible to quickly hug the post in this game, so it's not like that was really an option for the goalie, and that puck just, unfortunately for him, giving them the 4-3 lead here off that shot. And you know what they say, when it rains, it pours. Another terrible goal for the goalie, off the goalie. Unfortunately, then it gets poked in after he makes the save. I don't know what else he can do, man. It's one of those games that unfortunately, we're not going to be able to fight back after that 5th goal is scored. Again, you can't blame the goalie for this game. We dominated these guys on time on attack. Obviously, we needed to do a better job executing offensively, even though they did score 5 goals. I feel like we could have scored more than that. Unfortunately, we couldn't put it together, and we lost the first game and picked up our first loss of the season as well. But there's good news still, don't worry. We still have no penalty minutes on the year, so we're now going for the Lady Bing. We can't go undefeated, but we can go ahead and go undefeated in the penalty minute column and stick at the 0 all year. That's something to look forward to, am I right? Our team had 2 more games before our next game won them both, but most notably was the win against Valdor, who was currently in first place in the queue when we matched up against them, and they went ahead, took care of them, and picked up one of the biggest wins of the year. Then we had the Sea Dogs as a team. We're going to go up here and play against our next game with a very solid 9-4-2 record between these guys. And hey, guess what? Got another center in there. But this time, it's not a new center. We've played with him a couple times, so hopefully it goes well for us here. Getting that line that we've been a little bit familiar with. We'll see how it goes, though, as we jump into this game. Right after puck drop, we're going to pass this puck to Green, and he's having some difficulties. Either he's not here or he's not moving. But you got to love EA, where you just can magically be frozen like that, and it's going to result, unfortunately, in this breakaway, and we're already down 1-0 early. It's not how you want to start a game off, especially when we came off a loss. We'd like to come up there and win a game, but coming like that is definitely going to be a uphill climb from here. Not much later, these Sea Dogs are going to get this sick looking rebound. Nothing at all the goalie can do about this. Perfectly placed right on the other guy's tape. Well set up by them. Too bad we couldn't get that rebound ourselves, but it's going to result in a 2-0 game, and we're going to be down, and we're going to have to come back and make a big comeback in this game as well. It's going to look like if we want to avoid a 2-game losing streak. Not much later, though, Green's going to get this goal, catch the goalie nap, and looks like it could have been a very lucky goal. It was very, very close to being a turnover that could have went the other way. But we needed a little bit of luck after these couple games, and that's going to get us 1 goal closer to getting back into this game. But we're not done yet. There's still time left in this first period. Going to try to get this puck over to Green. Looks like they laid down, though, just in time for it, but Red had a golden opportunity there. Just couldn't quite get in the back of the net. Unfortunately, we're going to go into this at the end of 1 down 1. I'll be the first one to tell you this game here was a lot sloppier than the previous game. You see Green back here trying to make something happen, but really getting caught. Can't do that. Can't stand behind the net that long. These guys will come and get you, and that's what's going to result out of it is a turnover. But thankfully, our team does stick with this here on the forecheck. I want to get this puck here on it and go ahead and snipe that goalie top left over there and get us back into this game, making it a 2-2 game. It is so strange how some of these games work, though. Like I told you last game, I was feeling really good last game. Pretty good. Had the vision going. And then this game, it felt like a complete 360. At least personally for me. I don't know how everybody else was doing, but personally for me, I felt like I just wasn't playing the same. Did not feel like the same hockey game was being played here, but we'll see how it goes. We still have plenty of time left. It's a tie ball game. We got a whole team of players here that can help bail one player having a bad game out. That's why there's 4 other guys. Under 10 in the third, got a pretty good opportunity here. The 3-on-1 looks like the biggest problem here is that we have 2 players on our team trying to shoot the puck, and neither one of them had the puck on their tape. Green and red, both of them there, whiffed on their shots. Unfortunately, could not get anything out of it. I think we got a cherry picker for 9,000, Bob, and that is going to be a backhand goal. That is going to result in a 3-2 lead for the Sea Dogs. And we're almost under 30 seconds. Normally, good situation to dump the puck right there, but we're running out of time. Tried to make something out of nothing there. Tried to get that pass across the red. They sniffed it out, though. But we're going to hold on to this puck here as Yellow gets his opportunity to bring it in here. He's going to find Green for that one-timer, tie the ball game up with under 25 seconds left. Headed into overtime here, and I think we got to the point where Yellow was just like, screw you, Blue, I'm playing offense, he ain't doing nothing, because I got the feeling I was playing defense quite a bit here, backing up Yellow, but hey, he made it work. Got that puck over there to Green, and we ended up winning this game. And finally, once again, the last game of the week is our most important one, as we're going to go up against the Quebec Remparts. And guess what? The line we're playing just does not lose. And this is for the division right now. Winner of this game will be in first place in our division. Definitely a huge game, definitely a huge matchup. Looks like they're putting their best lineup against us here, so we'll see how this goes for us. Oh, and great news, once again, we are not playing with our starting 3 forwards. Once again, I reminded you guys before, if somebody on your line can't make it or something happens to pop up, you get a guy from TC from training camp to play, and that is Bonesby Great. Thankfully for him though, we've played a lot of games with him now, so we're starting to get the hang of how he plays, how we play together, so it isn't too big of a drawback. But once again, you know, it's still a fact. Still haven't played with our center for more than 1 game this season. We're going to jump out to an early 1-0 lead off of what you might want to call a very lucky goal, as he passed it into the net, went 5-1 goal. Unfortunate for the goalie, fortunate for us. But the problem is, after that, it was, quite frankly, you guys know I don't sugarcoat nothing. This was pure domination by them on us. I think it was a lesson learned for our team that we definitely aren't going to beat good teams if we don't practice, and we haven't really practiced as a line really at all, besides maybe the one warm-up game before the game or something, and it definitely showed when you played a good organized team. The bright part of this game was the pure fact that the goalie, man, it was 3-1 quite frankly because of our goalie. He was playing phenomenal, carrying this team, keeping us in the game. It's unfortunate we couldn't make anything happen for him, but I mention it all the time and again, we've never played together. Until LG, you gotta get practice games in. If you don't practice with each other, learn how each other plays, it's going to show how poorly our offense was. Because I do believe when we did play this game that their defense was very, very shaky. They looked nervous. It was on their heels out there. We just couldn't capitalize on it. So hopefully that's a learning lesson for our line. If it's not a learning lesson, we're going to have some struggles this season when we start playing good teams, because they're going to figure us out on offense. Because, well, quite frankly, we play offense like this game, and it's going to be quite easy to figure out. But they're going to figure us out, and we're going to struggle. But we practice and work on some games. We're obviously going to have a lot better chance of being very successful as a line and as a team in the league this year. So we're going to see how that turns out for us. As for this game, though, we lost 3-1, pretty handily taken care of. Like I said, I don't sugarcoat things. If we lost, we lost. That's what I said. As a team, I'm not even just blaming the team. Like, I could have played better myself and everything, you know. As a team, we needed to work on a lot of things in this game. Like I said, a big learning lesson. Hopefully, going into next week's LG week, we have a better performance. We can bounce back from this week. As we finished the week 1-2, which is not something you want to do. Still 4-2 overall, but 1-2 on the week, definitely not something worth, you know, bragging about. Played some really tough teams this week, though, as well. Still, you know, could have been worse. You know, to say we stayed in the game with these guys it's not all bad the way it ended. But by the way, our goalie did disconnect in the 3rd period, the beginning of it, so we had to restart the game. Obviously not completely, we just restart and we play the first period, only the first period. When the first period's over, that's the end of the game. That is why you're seeing some of these highlights come where scores a little bit different in the first. You're probably a little bit confused. That is why that is the 3rd period being played again to end the game. But as always, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.